Anderson
Get over
tracks all the way back in,
it
it
is.
does. And he's locked in, but what a goal!
Inundated. So popular.
Here in Johannesburg, South Africa, with Michael Milletta at the Arnold Sports Festival, we've got a very special announcement to make, and that is we're going to welcome the Taekwondo World Championships to the Arnold in Melbourne in 2020.
Thanks, Tony. Yeah, we're super excited after record numbers in 2019, and we're inviting everybody from any country, any style of Taekwondo, from 6 years of age, 60 years of age. You're all welcome. We'd love to see you in Melbourne next year. It's going to be fantastic. It's going to be huge. See you then.
Yeah, we want to welcome everyone from all over the world. So anyone doing Taekwondo out there, we know you follow us worldwide, so make sure you get there to Melbourne, support Michael, and a great sport, and let's do something special.
Absolutely. Registrations are now open. Follow the link at the bottom of this post. See you then.
Awesome.
Turn your passion into a career with Global Fitness Institute. We deliver nationally recognized courses from certificate to advanced diploma in fitness, massage, nutrition, business and more. We also conduct first aid courses across Australia. With flexible learning modes and payment options, there has never been a better time to follow your dreams. Global Fitness Institute. Don't just get a certificate, build a career.
Looking to increase fitness, improve coordination, learn discipline, develop effective self-defense skills, and boost confidence? Welcome to Thoroughbred Taekwondo, one of Australia's leading Taekwondo schools. Our highly qualified team provides self-defense training in ITF Taekwondo to both children and adults. Start your journey toward physical and mental health with Thoroughbred Taekwondo today. Visit our website and click Start Today to claim your free trial class at any of our locations nationwide.
There's never been a better time to learn Taekwondo, the Korean art of self-defense. Thoroughbred Taekwondo is one of Australia's most respected schools and a highly regarded institute of the International Taekwondo Federation. Overseen by Master Michael Milletta, one of Australia's most senior and widely profiled instructors with 30 years experience.
I'm a master instructor for the International Taekwondo Federation. Got involved in a big way. I was an international competitor, then I became international coach. I'm also the president of United ITF Australia, which is the national governing body for the ITF in Australia. So my passion is to see other people improve.
Thoroughbred Taekwondo prides itself on delivering quality instruction and service, focusing on the authentic teachings of Taekwondo, as intended by the founder of Taekwondo, General Choi Hong-hee. Highly effective martial arts skills. Taekwondo, the world's most widely practiced martial art.
Well, a typical Taekwondo class, as you can see, comprises of calisthenic movements, self-defense skills and drills, activities that people train left and right side of the bodies, improving their self-esteem, their self-confidence. For those inclined towards the sporting components of Taekwondo, we have lots of opportunities for tournaments where people can compete, as well as opportunities to travel around the country and around the world. As a martial art, Taekwondo is open to everybody to come along and give it a go.
Contact Thoroughbred Taekwondo today to kickstart your martial arts experience. Learn more by visiting itftaekwondo.com or call us today on 1300 853 606.
do well when you sport up this. If they all miss.
How's that?
Is that the practice one?
Yeah. I'm not practicing. That's totally out of touch.
First, I think he hit that with a gust of wind. Bottle Cap Challenge Championships, and Kyle from Mildura. He come back. It's our adult male competitor in the Bottle Cap Challenge, where he's already hit the cap in his practice kick. Sorry, I get out of your way. And he's going to have another kick. And as the only competitor in his category, having already kicked the cap, we're quite happy to present him with the winning prize. But we'd love to see him do his most difficult fancy schmancy kick here for the crowd today. If you get on Kyle's Facebook page, you'll see some fancy kicks on there too. Okay. Any kick. Okay. Well, congratulations. Okay, well done. Spend it wisely. Okay, teenage male category, teenage male. So you both come up. So they get one practice kick just as a bit of a measure, and then compulsory turning kick or roundhouse kick. Remember, you need to kick the cap, not the bottle. Oh, it's a practice kick, so, okay. That's your practice kick. Yeah, other person gets a practice kick too. So one practice kick just for measure, just to give him a bit of confidence. Oh, geez, he's nearly had a mishap of my own there. Okay, so it looks like they've got their radars pretty well set. So now we go to a live kick, turning kick. So this is Josh Zeibel from Geelong. Oh, and the judges deem that a legitimate kick there. So Josh is in the running for his $50 Rebel Sport voucher. Of course, should we need to go to another kick, it'll be the same kick, but a jumping version, a jumping turning kick or jumping roundhouse kick. Ooh, so now we progress to round two. So jumping kick, competitors can kick either left or right foot. The cap just sits loosely on top. And oh, I think he's kicked that into orbit. So that's bottle cop is flown into the crowd. Nearly took an eye out there. It's a great kick there by Josh Zeibel. Got the blue flag from the judge, which means it's a legitimate kick. What you don't want to see is that red flag. So this is for all the biscuits, $50 Rebel Sport gift voucher, teenage male category. Oh, and the prize goes to Josh Zeibel from Geelong. Don't look so happy, Josh. Okay, well done. Okay, they've got teenage girl category up. Oh, just one? So one practice kick. If you hit on your practice kick, we would count it as the only person, yeah? Well, you made that look very easy. Congratulations. Looks so difficult on Facebook, but these kids are making a mockery of it. Just all right, so the girls will get a practice kick here. This is the junior girls, which is 9 to 12 years of age. So any kick they like. There's a practice kick, so any kick you like for practice kick. Just to get their radar set. And the competitors can set their own height. That's practice. That's still practice. Hang on. We get one practice kick, yeah? None of these machine gun kicks. Yeah? Very fancy though, very good. Yeah. So competitor psyching themselves up, focusing on that bottle cap. Oh, that guy, I gave. Okay, so now this is our live kick. Whoop. So we've got one qualifier now. This is for that $50 Rebel Sport voucher. Ooh, and unfortunately that one missed. And, of course, if she hits the cap, we go to the next kick. Should she miss, then we have a winner. Oh, there's another qualifier. So now we go to the jumping turning kick or jumping roundhouse kick. So we're down to 2 girls now. Borderline whether she took out half the bottle there, but the judge is feeling very, very charitable, very generous today. So remember, we're looking for a clean contact on that cap, you know, as opposed to kicking the bottle in half. Okay. Yeah, unfortunately, there was too much bottle in that kick and not enough cap. So well done.
Thank you.
Yeah. Oh. Your guy doesn't speak. Indian giver. Okay. Practice kick, yeah. So there's junior males doing their practice kick. Okay. So now we got. Was that a live kick? No, it's a Cliff live kick. So we've got one. Judges fouled him. Too much bottle, not enough cap. Remember, it's got to hit cap as well as bottle, not just the bottle. Congratulations, Rebel Sport. Buy anything you want, $50 worth. Yeah. What? Oh, just a little bit of a confusion there. We had two groups of boys in the same age category, so I've had to get them up to complete the rest of the group. It looks like there's a bit of talent in this group, so we might have gone early with the gift voucher here. That's your practice. Okay, so they're just going through their practice kicks, just a turning kick or roundhouse kick here. And still a practice kick, okay. Okay, so we go to our live kicks now. These kicks count. So remember, we're looking for primarily contact with the cap, not the bottle. Of course, when you hit the cap, you do make some contact with the top of the bottle. But what we're looking for is competitors not to kick, in the middle of the bottle, or the bottle holder, of course. Nope, and that's a miss. So if you miss, you sit down. Okay, great kick there by the little red belt. From V Team Taekwondo, here we've got Global Martial Arts, a local club here in Caroline Springs. Unfortunately, just missed the cap. There's one. So we're down to 4, 5. Okay, so we're down to 4. Now it's jumping kick. So they're onto the jumping turning or jumping roundhouse kick now. So we just clipped it, but it counts. It counts. So he's happy. He's gone through to the next round. That $50 voucher's looking good. Okay. Bring it back. So that was short-lived, $50 inheritance, but nonetheless. Oh. Sorry. We're down to 2, reverse turning kick, spinning kick. So now we're on to the third kick. First group to go through to 3 kicks is a spinning kick or reverse turning kick. Oh, a lot of bottle in that kick, a lot of bottle there. Yeah. So pressure's on here. Spinning kick. Of course, this kick's a lot more difficult because the person loses eye contact with the target momentarily. Congratulations, well done. Yeah. Okay, let's the Kiwi girls. We'll go girls, boys here. You still have to hit it. You get a practice one. If you miss it, you get another one. That's your practice one. Oh. No other girl. Huh? Too easy. Okay, boys. Now we're down to the Pee Wee boys, which is the 8s and under. Eights and under. 8 and under. 8 and under. That's a practice kick, don't worry. Come back. 8 and under. Where's our line? 8 and under. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Everyone else has been? We'll come back to the adults in a minute. Yeah, you've had your practice kick. You're still in it. Yeah. Okay, so the boys are just going through their practice kicks at the moment. Practice kick. First one's a practice. Practice. A little Michael Jackson impersonation there to keep the folks at home interested. Or not. Yeah, a lot of bottle contact there. Fortunately, it's a practice kick. Get all the bottle contact out of the way early. This is worse than holding boards at grading. This is the bottle holder fearing for his life here. These killer peewees. Okay, so now we come to the live kicks. These are the ones that count. This is for all the biscuits. Yeah. See the focus. Oh, look at that. Incredible kick. The crowd goes wild. Obviously a local favourite. He's brought the whole family today. Yeah. That's what we love to see. Look at these kids. Always, got to take a little bit of the neck of the bottle, but what we don't want is the base of the bottle like that one. I think that was under the bottle holder's hand. But, it's a fresh air shot. We're down to 2. Jumping. Jumping kick. Same kick, but jumping. Same kick, just jump. Any kick, jump. Oh, he's trying to take out the knee there, I think. I saw that kick on MMA once. I saw Conor McGregor do that once. He took someone's knee out. There you go. There you go. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Well, not chicken dinner. Rebel Sport. Okay, well done. Congratulations. Okay. All right. So you two? Yeah. So we need to repeat this adult male category because we just had a bit of a communication problem there. But Kyle's already qualified with turning kick. Yeah. One practice kick and then one dojo chagi, turning kick. Yeah. Yeah. It's always a challenge when the competitor doesn't speak English, but well, he can clearly kick English though. He gets more as a practice kick. Well, Kyle hit it with his practice kick, so we'll go jumping, turning kick. So now jumping, turning kick. Okay. Ooh. Was that a practice again? Go. If he misses, we keep going. Yeah? Setting the bottle a bit high, a little bit. There's a bit of bottle. A lot of bottle in that one. Keep going. Yeah. Reverse turning kick now. Both competitors missed that last one. Oh, nice kick, full power, full speed. The top nearly ended up in the next postcode. And here we go, possibly the last kick of the day. But, oh no, it's not. He rises to the challenge, jumping dodo chagi. Yeah? So now we get to our 4th kick, our jumping reverse turning kick. Okay, so degree of difficulty cranks up a notch. Yeah. Okay. And this is for that $50 Rebel Sport voucher. Let's say $400 worth of prizes we're giving away today. Oh, and he's nailed it. So congratulations. This from Rebel Sport. $50. We got the Rebel Sport in the shopping centre. Yeah? Okay, everybody up. Okay. So well done. Did you enjoy that? Yes. okay? Before we go, you come and see me before you go, okay? I've got something for you for my confusion, my mistake, all right? I'll give you something. All right, well done, guys. Okay, did you enjoy that? Congratulations, those people who won. It's a voucher for Rebel Sport, so take mum or dad to take you to Rebel Sport, and you got $50 to spend on anything you want. T-shirt, runners, they don't have Xbox or PlayStation, sports stuff, so balls, bats, whatever, pair of boxing gloves, anything you want, some spandex shorts, anything you want. Okay, so well done, congratulations.
Are you looking to increase the reach of your Taekwondo school, but not sure how to go about it? United ITF Taekwondo Australia makes it easy. As Australia's largest ITF national organisation, a partnership with us gives your school access to local, national and international championships, technical support via regular seminars, and more. To join your school to United ITF Taekwondo Australia, simply visit our webpage and use the Contact Us button.
Here in Johannesburg, South Africa with Michael Maletta at the Arnold Sports Festival. We've got a very special announcement to make, and that is we're going to welcome the Taekwondo World Championships to the Arnold in Melbourne in 2020.
Thanks, Tony. Yeah, we're super excited after record numbers in 2019, and we're inviting everybody from any country, any style of Taekwondo from 6 years of age, 60 years of age. You're all welcome. We'd love to see you in Melbourne next year. It's going to be fantastic. It's going to be huge. See you then.
Yeah, we want to welcome everyone from all over the world. So anyone doing Taekwondo out there, we know you follow us worldwide, so make sure you get there to Melbourne, support Michael, and a great sport, and let's do something special.
Absolutely. Registrations are now open. Follow the link at the bottom of this post. See you then.
Awesome.
Turn your passion into a career with Global Fitness Institute. We deliver nationally recognized courses from certificate to advanced diploma in fitness, massage, nutrition, business and more. We also conduct first aid courses across Australia. With flexible learning modes and payment options, there has never been a better time to follow your dreams. Global Fitness Institute. Don't just get a certificate, build a career.
Looking to increase fitness, improve coordination, learn discipline, develop effective self-defense skills, and boost confidence? Welcome to Thoroughbred Taekwondo, one of Australia's leading Taekwondo schools. Our highly qualified team provides self-defense training in ITF Taekwondo to both children and adults. Start your journey toward physical and mental health with Thoroughbred Taekwondo today. Visit our website and click Start Today to claim your free trial class at any of our locations nationwide.
Okay, here we are at the ITF Open Taekwondo Championships with our major sponsor, Anytime Fitness, and Jasmine, the club manager and running man, and Arnold at the back. Feeling a little bit intimidated, I might say. It's, well, without sponsors like Anytime Fitness, Caroline Springs, of course, these events wouldn't be possible. So we want to say thank you on behalf of of United ITF. And, you know, Anytime Fitness in Caroline Springs, you've got some special promotions happening at the moment. We're plugging today and telling the crowd. So what do you got on at the moment?
Yeah, so we're currently running a 7-day trial that we could give to everybody. So if there is anybody that is interested in coming down and having a look at our club to see what we've got on offer, definitely come down and take up that 7-day trial.
So what sort of facilities would people expect to find if they went into Anytime Fitness in Caroline Springs?
Yeah, so we are a 24-hour facility, so it's very convenient. You can come and go as you please. We offer a wide variety of strength and conditioning. So we have a large functional training area where we can also run group training, strength, and a wide variety of cardio equipment as well.
So, you know, for someone to join the gym, you know, is it necessary for them to already be quite fit before they head into the gym, or is it somewhere anybody can pretty much get along to? What sort of restrictions would there be?
Definitely no restrictions at all. No matter your fitness, you've got to start somewhere. So yeah, there's no requirement for fitness. Just come on down and we're all here to help you on your health and fitness journey.
Excellent, because I often hear people say, well, you know, I would go to the gym, but, you know, I'm going to go there and everybody's, you know, all buff and polished and I'm out of shape. I want to get fit first, but it kind of doesn't work like that, does it?
No, not at all. We all start somewhere and we build up to that.
Okay, so if anybody in the local area, you know, within the 10-15 kilometre radius of Caroline Springs, which is a lot of the people here and a lot of you guys watching today, head down to Caroline Springs Anytime Fitness and take advantage of your 7-day free trial pass, because the hardest thing is getting started, and after that 7 days you're on the road to health and fitness and that summer body, but more importantly that summer attitude. Okay, so thank you for your support and all the best. Yeah? Cheers. Okay.
Are you looking to increase the reach of your Taekwondo school, but not sure how to go about it? United ITF Taekwondo Australia makes it easy. As Australia's largest ITF national organisation, a partnership with us gives your school access to local, national and international championships, technical support via regular seminars, and more. To join your school to United ITF Taekwondo Australia, simply visit our webpage and use the Contact Us button.
Here in Johannesburg, South Africa with Michael Milletta at the Arnold Sports Festival. We've got a very special announcement to make, and that is we're going to welcome the Taekwondo World Championships to the Arnold in Melbourne in 2020.
Thanks, Tony. Yeah, we're super excited after record numbers in 2019, and we're inviting everybody from any country, any style of Taekwondo, from 6 years of age, 60 years of age. You're all welcome. We'd love to see you in Melbourne next year. It's going to be fantastic. It's going to be huge. See you then.
Yeah, we want to welcome everyone from all over the world. So anyone doing Taekwondo out there, we know you follow us worldwide. So make sure you get there to Melbourne, support Michael, and a great sport, and let's do something special.
Absolutely. Registrations are now open. Follow the link at the bottom of this post. See you then.
Awesome.
So I'm here at the United ITF Victorian Open Championships with Jordan Steele from the Chungmu Club in Canberra. So Jordan, thank you, welcome, and thanks for your support. You've brought a team along today to the championships. How are you enjoying today? Quite a unique setting.
Yeah, no, it's quite interesting. Been to quite a few of these, but Bottle Cup Challenge was obviously an interesting one to watch, and yeah, no, it's been good.
Some of the skill of those kids was a bit scary, like how confident, how proficient they were. So Jordan, you mentioned you've been to a few tournaments now. Of course, later on this year, you got the privilege and the task and the challenge of hosting the National Championships October 2016 Canberra. How's that looking?
Yeah, well, as soon as this is over, we'll start plugging it, Facebook and everything, get it promoted. Yeah, we haven't done too much planning as of yet. Obviously, we've been planning for all the other things, but yeah, it's going to come along quite well, I think.
Of course, with a crowded calendar of events leading up to, a lot of people know that it's on. That it's quite customary that one event finishes, then people look to the next one. So who can attend the national championships? Is it just for black belts or just for adults? Who you hoping to get along there?
We'll probably make it open to United ITF participants initially, and hopefully if we need more numbers we'll open it up to invitational, but we'd like to see a lot of competitors there. Everyone that was there at the ACT Championships a couple of months ago would obviously still be invited back. But yeah, just a bit of planning still to go in that space.
Well, of course, the last National Championships held in Canberra 2013 was quite a successful one at the Australian Institute of Sport, and like you mentioned with United ITF members, we have quite a large membership base, so hopefully quite a few people will get along to that. And of course, not just sparring patterns, breaking and all sorts of events. So something to appeal to everybody there. Earlier this year, of course, you were at the Arnold Classic in Melbourne. We talk about unique settings, unique environments, and that was quite a different one again. And of course, today we're promoting the Arnold Classic World Championship. So what were your experiences of that tournament in terms of what you thought it was going to be and how it turned out?
Well, the Arnold back in March was quite interesting. It's nothing like I've ever really seen. A lot of bodybuilders, a lot of body glitter. But no, it's quite interesting. I'll definitely be back and bringing a team down for the Arnolds back next year in Worlds. I'll be competing myself. So should be a bit of fun, do some training up and hopefully recovered from injuries.
Well, the Arnold Classic also is open to all ages, all groups. And of course, one of the unique things was, as we've got here today, we had a mixture of ITF and WT competitors, which makes it quite unique. And of course, next year is the first ever Arnold Classic World Championships Taekwondo. So we had record numbers in 2019. Of course, you guys played an important role there, and we're sure we're going to get a good response. We already have people entering for it, so I'm looking forward to seeing you competing. Just clarifying, the Taekwondo, not the bodybuilding. Okay, Taekwondo, not the bodybuilding. I'm working on the bodybuilding. I'm just doing it the unconventional path. I'm starting from the middle and working up, and because I think take a different approach to give me a point of difference. So Jordan, thanks a lot for your support, and all the best the rest of the day.
Thank you.
your passion into a career with Global Fitness Institute. We deliver nationally recognized courses from certificate to advanced diploma in fitness, massage, nutrition, business and more. We also conduct first aid courses across Australia. With flexible learning modes and payment options, there has never been a better time to follow your dreams. Global Fitness Institute. Don't just get a certificate, build a career.
Okay, I'm here today with Lindy Joy, one of the crowd favourites and one of our favourite competitors here in United ITF Victorian Open Championships. How are you enjoying yourself today, Lindy?
Yeah, I am. I'm very excited and a bit nervous, I am.
Of course, you're not a stranger to Taekwondo Championships. Last year you actually got a gold medal in Argentina. How was that trip?
It was an amazing trip ever. I'm happy.
I think you're almost the most popular competitor we had in Argentina. Everybody enjoyed your performance, I must say, and I'm sure you enjoyed it. We saw some photos there. I mean, I was there, of course, but we saw some photos online. You were very, very excited at that event.
Yes, I am. I'm so proud of my coach.
So where do you train at the moment, and who teaches you?
My coach, Phil, in Taekwondo.
So, of course, Phil Zeibel runs the Geelong Taekwondo Club, and Lindy Joy is a regular there. Now, the other special thing that happened to you is you got to meet this guy next to you who's here today with us, the Terminator himself, Arnold Schwarzenegger, and you got to meet him and got a photo with him. How was that?
It was amazing. Phil took a photo of me and Arnold. It's amazing.
Of course, you know, you can find that photo on our Facebook page. You know, Arnold, possibly the most famous person in the world, and Lindy Joy, one of the more famous Taekwondo people now in the world. Well, you know, one day, but certainly very popular, certainly someone we all enjoy watching you get up there and compete. And today you're in a few events. What are you doing today?
Well, I'm doing sparring and swim. Yeah, I am.
So you're sparring. We saw you earlier on get up and do some patterns, but I believe you're going to smash some boards later.
I don't know. I don't want to hurt my hand and my... Yeah.
Well, hopefully, yeah, fingers crossed, hopefully, yeah. And you're also doing a self-defense routine?
Yeah, I am.
And we saw you recently at the Canberra Championships where you won a medal doing your self-defense. I think you got a gold medal doing that, didn't you?
Yes, I have.
Okay. Yeah. Excellent. So next year we're going to be running this Arnold Classic World Championships, the first one ever. It's going to be here in Melbourne. Are you going to be there?
Oh, yes, I will. I'm so happy.
And do you reckon you can do it, Lindy?
I can do it.
Okay, thank you. Good luck for the rest of today.
I want to be a superstar in the whole world.
Well, you're on the right track, okay? So well done. Thank you for today. And we look forward to seeing you a bit later on smashing some of those boards. Okay?
Johannesburg, South Africa with Michael Milletta at the Arnold Sports Festival. We've got a very special announcement to make, and that is we're going to welcome the Taekwondo World Championships to the Arnold in Melbourne in 2020.
Thanks, Tony. Yeah, we're super excited after record numbers in 2019, and we're inviting everybody from any country, any style of Taekwondo, from 6 years of age, 60 years of age. You're all welcome. We'd love to see you in Melbourne next year. It's going to be fantastic. It's going to be huge. See you then.
Yeah, we want to welcome everyone from all over the world. So anyone doing Taekwondo out there, we know you follow us worldwide. So make sure you get there to Melbourne, support Michael, and a great sport, and let's do something special.
Absolutely. Registrations are now open. Follow the link at the bottom of this post. See you then.
Awesome.
Okay, I'm here with Ben Mott from Canberra Taekwondo. So Ben, your first time down to one of our tournaments in Melbourne, of course. Quite a unique setting, quite a unique setup. How are you finding the tournament today?
Yeah, pretty good. It's great to have the WTF here to support as well as the ITF event. And to be honest with you, it's a really good lead up and showcase for the Arnold's Worlds next year. We're really looking forward to bringing a big team down for that. So
excellent. Well, obviously today, part of today we're promoting the Arnold Classic World Championships, and Arnold's come along with us today to check out the tournament, and he's hasn't aged. He's looking quite good, and we share a similar physique, you and Arnold. So of course you run the Taekwondo clubs in Canberra. Tell us a little bit about your own Taekwondo background, like how it started, where it started, and some of the things you've done in Taekwondo, because I know you've been quite active yourself as a competitor.
yeah, I started out doing Taekwondo a long time ago under one of the original non-ITF organisations, and then thankfully I came across the ITF about probably 10 years ago, and I was a typical student where I trained a lot for myself, but having gone to world titles and achieved a couple of things at world titles, when I came back I sort of got the idea of teaching, and now, to be honest with you, my passion now is in the teaching. I actually enjoy teaching more than I ever enjoyed competing for myself, and I find it much more rewarding, teaching kids and watching and changing people's lives than I do competing myself. And mind you, watching everyone on the mat today always brings back that hunger to want to get out there yourself, doesn't it? But no, look, I think teaching martial arts, Taekwondo in particular, is one of the most rewarding things I've ever done in my life, without a doubt. Yeah.
So you mentioned, a lot of youth here today, a lot of young kids here today. Obviously, the WT using it as a 12 and under development event, and we've got a mixture of kids and adults as well. But how do you see the next generation coming through? Obviously, compared to when we started training, I guess a lot more emphasis on the sport aspect as well. How do you balance that sport and martial arts emphasis?
That's down to integrity, and the sport aspect is great to get the competitiveness in it. And the great thing about competition is it helps everybody lift their game. As long as we, as instructors and teachers and clubs and organisations, as long as we can uphold the integrity of the quality of the technique, that's paramount. And you said yesterday in the seminar that you ran, it's everything's got to be. Everything's got to have a meaning, and people got to understand the technique, and they've got to be committed to delivering the technique. Because without the deliverance of a technique with speed and power, and it's the same with the competition, it's got to have integrity. People have got to be competing properly. You're basically doing dance moves. So I think it's down to the integrity of how we operate ourselves, and then as an organisation as well. We've got to try and uphold that quality, and I think this just helps drive it. It really does. Yeah.
I guess from my own observation, Taekwondo's changed quite a lot. Over 35 years or so, I've been involved. And I find, and I don't know if you find the same thing in Canberra, the market for Taekwondo, if you like, as someone who runs a club, it tends to be more at the junior end of people taking up Taekwondo now. Like perhaps the reasons people are training are more driven by the parents rather than the students themselves these days. So what are some of the benefits, for a parent out there who's thinking about putting their kid in Taekwondo? We've got lots of kids here today. What are some of the benefits to the child that the parent can expect to get?
I think the one thing that sets Taekwondo apart from any other martial art, and I've done a lot of martial arts, boxing, kickboxing, you name it. The one thing about Taekwondo, apart from the fact that it's scientific, it's good on the body, and it's quite an effective self-defense technique, it actually builds and molds people into good human beings as well. So it's not just about being able to destroy your attacker or your opponent. We spend just as much time on the morals and aspects of making good human beings and molding people who are good community members, you know. One of the most paramount things about, and that was one of the general's philosophy, is create a better community and a better world. And I think that's the great thing. And I think that's the thing that probably makes me the proudest to be a Taekwondo practitioner opposed to any other martial art, is the fact that it is about the human being, and it's about making people into being the best that they can be in every aspect, not just in being able to hurt each other. Yeah.
So you mentioned about community, and I know sometimes, you know, what I fear is getting lost in martial arts with the greater emphasis on the sport component is maybe the diminishing idea of providing or giving back to the community or providing a service to community. Now, I believe that you're involved in some of those initiatives, and you've got a new initiative that you're starting at the moment. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, well, going back about 6 years ago, me and my brother took 37 veterans over Kokoda Trail, and the emphasis on that was creating a network for people or especially returned servicemen who have suffered from post-traumatic stress disorder. And we were sort of the pioneers in Australia. It's a big thing now in the media, and that was from one of the things that our big walk was one of the major contributors to that. We had Senator Jackie Lambie at the time come along, and I had lots of federal politicians support it. And from that, it was such a success that we now want to go into the next step. So we've just delivered a brand new charity called Bright Paws, and what we do is we raise enough money to train an assistance dog, and then give that assistance dog to someone who is in need of the type of dog. And the great thing about this charity is all the money goes directly to that. And I know yourself, I know you're interested in helping push it and things like that. And that's what it should be about. You should be about giving back to the community and helping out those in need just as much as, you know, and this is what getting kids to do charity work and get them involved in charity work at an early age establishes that need of charity in life, which is so important, because communities only exist as a community. If everyone's out for themselves, there's no such thing as community, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. And I know with Arnold Riggs looking over your shoulder there, feeling a little intimidated, but one of the things that he often says in his talks that he gives in his public speaking is, you know, one of the rules of his 5 rules of success is to give back. And give back, you know, because I guess in many ways, you know, we are more privileged than a lot of people. You know, a lot of people have it tougher than us. So just that ability to use some of your talents or some of your resources to assist those who need that assistance.
The greatest gift you can give anybody is your time. It's the greatest gift. And the reason why I love teaching is giving back. You don't get into running a Taekwondo club for the money. You don't, because you wouldn't make any money. Do you know what I mean? You honestly do it for the love and the passion. And the reward that you get from children evolving, developing, and becoming better human beings, and the gift that you get from helping other people in need, you can't put a price on that. That's one of the greatest lessons you can learn in life. Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, I know, like you mentioned, you're coming to the Arnold Classic World Championships next year.
Hopefully 30-odd members I'm going to bring down for that.
And I know later this year we've got national championships in Canberra, so I'm sure I'm going to see you there with a team there. And maybe if you got any 30 pluses, they might be thinking about the Masters Games in Adelaide. But we do have a crowded tournament schedule. And I think back to when I started Taekwondo, the first 5 years we didn't go to any tournaments. And then even then, early days, it was hard to find an ITF tournament. Now there's one every other week. I think there was three consecutive weeks in Melbourne ITF tournaments of different groups of one sort or another. And that's, whilst it's great, of course it becomes more challenging for the event organisers. But we're pleased to say we got a full house here today. Obviously we had to think outside the box a little bit, but the atmosphere has been amazing, and you know, we're 3/4 of the way through the day and the place is still full and everyone's still screaming. You probably can't hear us speaking, and that's a fantastic result for us.
Absolutely. No, it's fantastic, and there's still plenty of people here in the crowd watching, and the kids are going at it at the moment. It's fantastic to see. And I'm sure the Arnold's will be a huge event. I'm really looking forward to that. I'm almost using the Nationals as a training event for the preparation for the Arnold. So hopefully a lot of people get on board and talk and do that community thing we're talking about, and uphold the integrity and everyone get together and have a great event and see some good competitors.
Well, as someone who always likes to try something different, the Arnold's World Championships is the first of its kind. And, the first World Championships where, both WT and ITF are competing together. And whilst a lot of people say, we do have events and invite everybody, but quite often they force everybody to compete under one set of rules, whereas we actually have separate categories for the separate disciplines, so it's quite unique. So we're not forcing ITF people to do WTF sparring or vice versa, which I had to do when I started on the tournament circuit. We could enter the events if we competed under their rules, which is sometimes easier said than done. There were people who've done well in both, but it's nice to showcase both. Absolutely. And the public really loves that. And, we had 60,000 people come through the Arnold Classic this year. We expect the same next year. I was at the Arnold Classic in Africa, another super event. I'll be at the next, I'll be in the ones in America coming up early next year. So it is an exciting thing. So for anyone looking for an event which is different, certainly competing in front of the most people you'll ever compete in front of, certainly the Arnold Classic is the one to come to. And of course it's in the middle of the Southern Hemisphere's biggest fitness expo. So if you're into your health and fitness and lots of things, it's a multi-sport festival, lots of activities to see on the days that you're not competing.
And talking about legacy, this will be possibly the biggest event where ITF and WTF have coincided side by side working together. Hopefully that'll be something that'll make the General very proud, because we all know that ITF is the original roots of Taekwondo and WTF branched off it, but the General will be happy to see that everything's, people working together is exactly what he wanted to work towards. So I think it's fantastic, and what you're doing is a great job.
Well, it puts the name Taekwondo on everybody's lips, and General Choi said, well, that's his second name is Taekwondo. So as long as they're talking about Taekwondo, we're keeping General Choi's legacy and memory alive. Yeah. So thanks for your support this weekend. Thank you very much. And I look forward to seeing you in the future and coming to Canberra, running some more classes up there. And all the best to you. Black belt grading. Okay. Send the check. No.
Turn your passion into a career with Global Fitness Institute. We deliver nationally recognized courses from certificate to advanced diploma in fitness, massage, nutrition, business and more. We also conduct first aid courses across Australia. With flexible learning modes and payment options, there has never been a better time to follow your dreams. Global Fitness Institute. Don't just get a certificate, build a career.
Looking to increase fitness, improve coordination, learn discipline, develop effective self-defense skills, and boost confidence? Welcome to Thoroughbred Taekwondo, one of Australia's leading Taekwondo schools. Our highly qualified team provides self-defense training in ITF Taekwondo to both children and adults. Start your journey toward physical and mental health with Thoroughbred Taekwondo today. Visit our website and click Start Today to claim your free trial class at any of our locations nationwide.
There's never been a better time to learn Taekwondo, the Korean art of self-defense. Thoroughbred Taekwondo is one of Australia's most respected schools and a highly regarded institute of the International Taekwondo Federation. Overseen by Master Michael Muleta, one of Australia's most senior and widely profiled instructors with 30 years experience.
I'm a master instructor for the International Taekwondo Federation. Got involved in a big way. I was an international competitor, then I became an international coach. I'm also the president of United ITF Australia, which is the national governing body for the ITF in Australia. So my passion is to see other people improve.
Thoroughbred Taekwondo prides itself on delivering quality instruction and service, focusing on the authentic teachings of Taekwondo, as intended by the founder of Taekwondo, General Choi Hong-hee. Highly effective martial arts skills. Taekwondo, the world's most widely practiced martial art.
Well, a typical Taekwondo class, as you can see, comprises of calisthenic movements, self-defense skills and drills, activities that people train left and right side of the bodies, improving their self-esteem, their self-confidence. For those inclined towards the sporting components of Taekwondo, we have lots of opportunities for tournaments where people can compete, as well as opportunities to travel around the country and around the world as a martial art. Taekwondo is open to everybody to come along and give it a go.
Contact Thoroughbred Taekwondo today to kickstart your martial arts experience. Learn more by visiting itftaekwondo.com or call us today on 1300 853 606.
So I've got Dan here from Sabum ITF Taekwondo in Delahaye. So thanks for coming along today. How are you enjoying today's event?
It's good. It's a different experience. It's the first time we've been to United competition, United ITF. We've been to a few of the RMIT and Victorian CHITF competition. And yeah, it's just the first time to just take my daughter here to have a experience from a different venue, different time. All those ITF was just a different day, different setup. So we're enjoying it so far really well.
Excellent. Well, we do things a little differently, and you know, so some people love it and some people don't. But you know, we always try to keep it fresh and innovative. And of course, today, you know, we've got a blend of Taekwondo from ITF and then WT, who are good friends of ours. We obviously do many things together with the Arnold Classic and the Australian Masters Games and so forth, which I run both of those events. But of course, ITF to the core, myself personally, and you mentioned your instructor, Dragi Kordanovsky, we go back almost 30 years. Now, you're in a unique, unique position, sorry, as a parent who started Taekwondo as a result of watching their child train, which we find that quite often nowadays a lot of kids start Taekwondo and parents start as a result. I figure you're sitting there anyway, you may as well join in. How did it all start for you?
You nailed it right on the head there, sir. I was sitting there on my phone, just being inactive while my daughter's training, and I'm thinking, just 1 hour there. I won't divulge my age, but I'm in my 40s, sitting there, not active. I'm thinking, well, it's a 1 hour exercise I can do while she's training. And from that idea, 2.5 years now, I've been training and thoroughly enjoying it. I've been out of martial art for over 30 years. I did a mix of Taekwondo, karate, kung fu when in my teenage years, and that gave me an opportunity to get back into martial art, which I've thoroughly enjoyed in the last 2 years. I started off as a white belt, of course, so you can't just go straight into ITF to be a high belt. When I was a bit higher, younger, I was higher. Didn't get my black belt. Speaking of that, that is a goal of mine, to get a black belt. And when I graded, I'm fortunate to get straight up to, what do you call it? I can't remember the GUP, but it's a green belt, 6. And now I'm in my 3rd GUP, that's blue with red tip, and soon to grade for my red belt.
Excellent. So the other unique thing about your situation is you have a daughter who is senior to you on the mat. So occasionally you may have to bow to her. So how does that go at home? You're clearly senior at home though, right?
I am the senior. I'll put the food on the table, of course. But of course, as a parent, you say the good things about your child. But I must admit, I am very fortunate that she is very receptive to what I say and what I do, and respect not her position as a higher belt than me, but she respects the seniors. So regardless of our belt and ranking, and she is a rounded person, and that's what our club teaches, the values of Taekwondo. So it's not matter how high your belt is, it's about your position in society. So we adhere to the tenets of Taekwondo highly.
Well, absolutely. I mean, respect obviously works in 2 directions. So often you got to give, but also, give first before you can get. But that's the result not only of having a good instructor who promotes those, but good parenting as well. I think in today's society, sometimes with a lot of kids, we're seeing attitudes are changing with this generation, but I still think a lot of it does stem from parenting, taking responsibility for instilling those characteristics in child. A lot of people expect school to do it, but of course martial arts is one place where we do promote, well, in the right martial arts settings, we do promote the character development, the etiquette, as well as obviously kicking and punching, but with the right attitude and the right spirit. So, soon down the track, you may be aspiring to have 2 black belts in the family, father and daughter combination. Do you ever get a chance outside a club to train together or practice together, or do you help motivate each other? How do you find that?
Yeah, we train at home too, because we only train twice a week at our club, so 1 hour per session. So our view is that, yes, it's great to be there, but you've got to do more. It's like school. You've got to do your homework. To improve as a martial artist or as an individual in any discipline, you've got to put in the effort to get the most out of it. So we not only we do additional patterns at home, we do stretching, which is very important, as for me more so, because being older, my body is not as flexible as I used to be. I train, both of us, we encourage to train flexibility with our hip flexor stretching and trying to improve our flexibility, improve our kicks in that regard. So yes, we do a lot of training outside of our school.
Well, absolutely. I can attest to what you're saying. Only a couple of weeks ago, I turned 21 for the 30th time, and I can tell you flexibility is a very hard thing to maintain, and I'm guilty of not stretching enough as I get older, but definitely it gets harder. So the more you can do to maintain, obviously the easier, not only Taekwondo, but general mobility overall can become day-to-day living. Now, if I live in the Delahaye, Sydenham area, within 20 minutes or so, and I want to start a Taekwondo class with Sublime ITF Taekwondo. Where do I come? What days? What times? And where are the classes?
Yeah, we train our two schools. The main one is Copperfield College in Delhay, off Copperfield Drive. We train there on Wednesdays, 6:30 to 7:30. We train also on Saturday, 11 to 12, out of Sydenham Hillside Primary School of Community Drive. So 2 days a week, Wednesday 6:30 to 7:30, and Saturday 11 to 12 o'clock. And we've got a Facebook page, so if anyone is interested to look us up and see some information. And in addition, there's a contact number there for Boom Dragon. He can be contacted at any time for additional information. We are a small club, but we are a welcoming club. We have young white belts from the age of 5 up to a senior like me, who's in my 40s, and well, we'd like to have more parents to come and join if possible. So, but yeah, that's where we train, and any information is our Facebook webpage there.
There's so many children here competing today, so potentially for every child competing today, there's 2 potential new members sitting there watching them train, just like you were on those cold winter nights. Much warmer if you get in there and jump in with the students. And not only that, but you get to improve your fitness and stay healthy as an adult. Keep it's maintenance as well. And so full credit for getting in there and having a go. All the best with your black belt ambitions moving forwards, and thank you for your support today.
Thank you for the time, and yeah, we'll hope to see new members at Sublime ITF, and come down and give us a trial and see how it goes. Be active. That's our motto.
Excellent. Thank you.
Cheers.
Okay, so as you can see, we've started with the ITF format of sparring. and differs a little from the earlier WT categories. For those who aren't familiar, it's clear differences in the protective equipment being used. You've got the gloves and boots as opposed to the chest guard and head guard, and that's also dictated a little bit by the rules of the competition. Scoring is different in this category. We've got one kid who's had a bop on the nose, and looks like we'll go to the judges just to decide what they want to do here, whether the technique that caused it was a legitimate or a legal one, or whether the contact was a little bit excessive. What happens in that situation where it's a deliberate excessive contact? Sometimes it can be a disqualification, or if the person is seen to have contributed to the impact themselves, it may just be a situation where it's a withdrawal from the match, which is what's happened here. So a very experienced referee, Master Rua Kai, who refereed at many World Championships and also competed in many World Championships himself, WKA World Champion back in the day. So certainly they're in good hands as far as his expertise in running the bout. And of course always putting the safety of the competitors first, especially when it comes to juniors. So we move on to the next match. And I think we're going to have some girls up on the mat next. So the ITF sparring, just for those who are not aware, is scoring criteria, basically 1 point for a kick to the body, 1 point for a punch to the body, punch towards a high section, or a hand technique, more specifically to the high section. 2 points for a kick to the high section, 2 points for a jumping kick to the middle section, and then 3 points, also 2 points for a jumping hand technique to the high section, and 3 points for a jumping foot technique to the high section. So a lot for the judges to remember when it comes to scoring, but all of these judges are international instructors, 5th up to 7th degree, referees 7th degree. You know, so lots of experience, and not only that, of course, they need to be familiar with, you know, the rules and regulations in terms of what you can and can't do. Obviously, there are particular target areas, which is above the waist, front half of the body only, and you know, certain parts of the body that we don't encourage people to use, like knees and elbows and those type of things, which may be okay in other martial arts. And this category here is an integrated category. So we have Lindy from our special needs or mixed ability, who was very keen to get in the ring and try some sparring. It's the first time for her in a competition setting. And also we have Charlie from Canberra, who's in there trying to win a medal as well, and doing really well. Both students exercising a lot of self-control here. You know, the idea is to win by accumulation of points, not by battering the other person into submission, particularly at the junior levels, of course. As the competition gets a bit older in age and higher in rank, then the bouts can become a little bit feistier. And, you know, when they're playing for sheep stations, of course, the adrenaline is at the highest. But when you're in the ring there, regardless of your rank, regardless of your age, you know, it is very much a bit of a pressure cooker environment, and it doesn't sound like a long time, a couple of minutes, but sometimes it feels like the longest couple of minutes of your life. But these girls are doing really well, and like I said, it's fantastic, you know, just to have, we spoke to Lindy earlier on, that she's in there showing great spirit and setting the example for others to follow. And when we speak about the special needs, of course, we have the Arnold Classic World Championships next year, which includes special needs Taekwondo, and of course Lindy herself competed this year at the Arnold Classic. So the World Championships next year, we hope to see some more mixed abilities, special needs students come along and take part, whether it's in patterns or self-defense, or you see later on today, Lindy's going to smash some boards. By all means, it's about the about the participation. You know, getting in there and all the same benefits that we all get from Taekwondo applies to everybody: the health, the fitness, self-esteem, the confidence. And it's marvelous, just to see that transformation in all the students. But, the girls are in their second round, and as you can see, with the judges have their scoreboards there, displaying the scores. It's an accumulation of points between the 2 rounds added together to obviously come out with an eventual winner. Just as we walk and talk a little bit, we make our way over to the interview area. I've got Peter from Global Martial Arts and Fitness here in Caroline Springs, and in a moment we'll have a little chat to him. Just let these girls finish their match. Keep Barney involved. Okay, so I'm talking here with Peter from Global Martial Arts and Fitness. Peter, thank you for coming along today and supporting the event. Now, of course, you're a local boy here in Caroline Springs, so it must feel fantastic to have a tournament where you can roll out of bed and you're into the tournament hall for a change. So as a local, fantastic facilities here in Caroline Springs. So if I lived in the area, within, say, a 20-minute radius, and I wanted to take up Taekwondo or training for my fitness, where would I come, what nights would I come, and how would I hook up with your club?
Yeah, definitely. So we have classes running basically Monday to Saturday. I'm just about a minute's drive from the main square at Caroline Springs, just across Ballarat Road. And we've got divisions of kids between 5 to 12 years old, then we've got adults, then we've got sparring classes, jiu-jitsu, there's a few different martial arts, but obviously we're primarily into the Taekwondo. And that's basically it. Yeah, we train 6 days a week from 4 till 9, different days, different timelines, but our website's gmafitnessacademy.com.au if anybody wants to give us a call, and we'll go from there.
Okay, so gmafitnessacademy.com.au, but I guess one of the unique things with your club is you're a father-son team as well. Yes. So I know your father's heavily involved in martial arts. So tell us a little bit about him and his background.
So Dad started obviously at a younger age, and then he started me at a young age. I started when I was 5. Dad had just gotten his first Dan black belt, and we then trained together with my sister. Our whole family got involved, and from 5 to 12 to 14, 16, 18, so it was about 16, 18, me and Dad decided to open up a club, and I started helping him out teaching, and we opened up in just in Keilor Downs actually. So we're training 2 days a week in a scout hall. And Dad's taken a step back a little bit now. He's a little older, a little bit more wear and tear, but no, he still comes in and still helps out where he can. He was doing a lot of the, I think he was on the board of Pumse and sparring. He was fairly involved back when he was competing, and when he was also coaching. I think it was back in about 2002, 2004. But yeah, now he just pops in when he likes to, and just puts in a little bit of practice and helps out where he can.
Well, I guess a unique thing about today's event also is we have a lot of kids here today, and we have the WT Taekwondo, and we have the ITF Taekwondo under the same hall, which in itself is unique. I mean, often we do that quite often, but for a lot of people it's a new kind of environment, but I think it breaks down a lot of barriers as well, and dispels a few misconceptions. All Taekwondo is good if taught properly, You know, so how important, I think, a lot of clubs I talked to, instructors I spoke to today, are finding more and more kids becoming the bigger market for Taekwondo, and more difficult to get adults unless they're associated with the kids either as a parent or older sibling. So what do you find, or what do you promote as the main benefits for taking up Taekwondo? So for a parent who's watching the telecast today, thinking about putting it, seeing all these kids, you know, how fantastic they're doing, you know, what benefits can Taekwondo give their kids?
Well, straight up, just the mental focus, the ability to learn self-control, obviously in sparring condition, keeping your cool under pressure, being able to perform under pressure. These are skills that we need in everyday life. If you're going in for a job interview and you start sweaty palms, and it's not going to get you the best result, but you go in with some confidence, and building that confidence up in Taekwondo, in martial arts, in all martial arts. So yeah, focus, confidence, self-control, self-respect, obviously respect for your elders, and even in the adults too, we see like obviously we get a lot more kids because it tends to start with the kids. The parents want to give something to their kids and they bring them in, but with the adults, the ones who even who have been brought up but they still lack a little bit of confidence in themselves, or have never done something and they just want to try something new, we get them coming in, and sometimes, as you said, with their kids as the parent, and then they find their feet, they start to enjoy it, they start to find something for themselves, and it's not as daunting as they would expect it to be. Like, everybody thinks martial arts are going to get broken noses and battered. I mean, yes, back in the day we would train quite hard, but at the same time it's to each their own too. Like, you don't have to go in guns blazing all the time. You can learn the art, learn the forms, and take it on that approach.
I guess, you know, with a wider exposure of martial arts, say via mixed martial arts, which is obviously very popular, sometimes people get a little bit concerned about, you know, going to the first class, and that's what's going to happen to them, where, you know, some of those guys are super tough and super brutal, but obviously these guys are very advanced and in a professional setting. So you're not going to get that in Taekwondo, have your head pounded into the mat until you know, pretty much, you know, on the borderline of death. So from a Taekwondo point of view, you know, what sort of level of fitness or who can come along to that first class?
Yeah, anybody. You can be no fitness requirement at all. You could have done some martial arts in previous time, and maybe you're a little bit rusty and you want to get back into it. But in reality, anybody and everybody can get into it. Even if you've got an injury, you work around it. Like, my younger sister's got actually a disability where she's got one leg shorter than the other, and she started Taekwondo. She went in, got to her blue belt, and she still trains, and she's gone through surgeries and all of this stuff. So there's nothing that should hold you back, no matter what your condition is, no matter what your fitness level is. You should be able to give it a shot, and if it's something that you enjoy, go for it. And obviously, yeah, it's not going to be your first ground and pound. You're not going to go in and get your nose broken, and even all of that won't even come into effect until you start to pick it up yourself. And then the harder you go, the better you get, the better training you get, and obviously the more faster you reach that black belt, then things start opening up. But you can take the dish out by that point, and you're more conditioned, and you'll be dishing it out just as much. Yeah. There's so many times we see, like, blue belts will take on black belts, and then the blue belt's the one dishing out the punishment. But it doesn't matter. Everybody's unique, everybody's different, and I guess it's all about the growth. Everybody's at their own journey, and wherever they are in that journey, it's about getting there together. And however long it takes them, it doesn't matter, as long as you reach that end goal. If the end goal is whatever it is, get to your black belt, or just try something new, or get a six-pack if you want the fitness. Fitness components are always important as well, yeah.
Well, it's good that you say, like, a lot of people think, you know, I've got to get fit before I can start something. It kind of doesn't work that way. I mean, the advice is to start first. And I guess with this generation of kids coming through, they're probably less active than ever with popularisation of Xbox and PlayStation, and they're all good in moderation, but more and more important for a parent to keep their kids active, you know. So, you know, any parents out there, if you're looking for something for your kids to do, you know, teach them some self-confidence, teach them some self-respect, and also to respect others, but give them some life skills as well as self-defense skills, which is more and more important every day. You hear about all these things happening out there, and, you know, it's important for kids to develop awareness as well as some skills. But of course, the other thing is, like we have today, a sporting component. So if you kind of choose a sport for your kid to do, choose something like Taekwondo, because it is a fantastic sport. it is the widest practiced martial art in the world, and particularly now for children. But of course, adults, if you're sitting there watching the class a couple of nights every week, may as well jump in and have a go, because all the same health benefits that kids get, adults also get. So Peter, been great speaking to you today. All the best with the club. Anyone looking for a martial arts school in the western suburbs of Melton, check out the guys at Global Martial Arts, and they'd love to see you there.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Mike.
The next ITF individual sparring is match 6, Steve versus Leon.
Okay, so I'm here with Justin Chin, 6th degree black belt. Justin is actually coordinating the Taekwondo activity on the mat, so effectively my right-hand man today, so doing a fantastic job as well. Great atmosphere, great event. How are you finding the day so far?
Yeah, it's been great. It's interesting to see the WTF and ITF, the different Primse patterns and the sparring, and the bottle cap challenge was entertaining.
Well, certainly it was a novel activity to include, sort of, happened at an opportune time for us. I think we're the world's first competition offering prizes where people had to compete against each other rather than just post it on social media. But of course, that's what got it all going, and certainly was well supported, particularly by the kids. Obviously, we interviewed you 3-4 years ago, and very popular little clip on Facebook and YouTube, judging by the number of clicks and hits it had. So tell us what's been happening in your Taekwondo in the last 3 or 4 years since we did that interview.
So I competed at the World Champs in Brighton, and yeah, I've just been training, and I trained for my 6th degree, and I was successfully promoted. So that's in terms of Taekwondo. Yeah, that's what's been happening the last few years.
So your class is Thoroughbred Taekwondo, which is a name which I'm very happy with, because I started that club back in the very early 90s. So you're keeping that legacy alive. So thank you very much. As I was out there myself a couple of weeks ago. So whereabouts is the class? What nights? What times? Anybody living in the area, how can they find you?
So we're in the inner eastern suburbs of Melbourne. We train on Mondays at Greythorn Scout Hall in Baldwin North, 7 to 8:30, and on Wednesdays in Canterbury at St. Paul's Anglican Church, 7 to 8:30 as well.
So you've come across from the other side of town, of course, here to Caroline Springs. Great facility that we have. A lot of clubs from the western suburbs supporting today, particularly from the WT. Not so many IT people from the western suburbs, although there are a few clubs across here, which is great. Arnold Classic this year, you also played a very important role running the Taekwondo, the ITF side of Taekwondo on the mat. How do you find that experience? I know you did demo for Arnold the year before as well. So how do you find your involvement with the Arnold Classic?
Yeah, it's an interesting event, a different atmosphere. There's because it's held at the Melbourne Exhibition Centre. Yeah, the environment's a lot noisier than this, so it's I'm sure the competitors find it hard to concentrate. And yeah, it's just a different experience, I think. And I encourage everyone to enter in the Arnold World Champs, because it's a great event. You get to see him, and you get to compete in front of thousands of people that walk through.
Well, certainly a unique environment. I know, as someone who's run over 100 tournaments, probably the most stressful events to run the ones like the Arnold Classic, but that's the challenge for us. But like you say, the difference between 200-300 people and 30,000-40,000 people is enormous in terms of the noise, and not only that, the logistics is entirely different as well, as being part of a multi-sport event. So you mentioned next year's Arnold Classic World Championships, the first ever. So we can expect to see you there again involved, and throw a few thoroughbreds in there.
Yeah, definitely. I'll be there to help assist you in organising, and definitely encourage my students to compete. And also probably put together a team pattern if that's an event. Yeah.
Well, you mentioned about obviously yourself competing up to quite recently. I know sometimes, and also found myself this time 20 years ago, sometimes having to sacrifice your own competing to run these events, because I know you're still of a standard where you would do quite well. How do you find the challenge between being the club instructor and also preparing for an event that you're competing in, particularly World Championships, or preparing for a very senior grading? How do you find that challenge?
Yeah, it's very difficult. It helps when you have some students, higher rank, and then you can practice patterns with them. So I was practicing with John and Anna, who also tested the same time as me for 1st and 2nd degree, so it helped for that. But the rest of it, you have to find your own time on the weekend to train and to practice your own patterns. yeah, it's tough. But yeah, you just got to find that time.
And that time where you got up in front of Arnold to do your team pattern, was that the most nerve-wracking moment of your life, or up in the top 3 at least?
Well, team pattern is less focus on just you, so I wasn't as nervous. I think competing on at the World Championships is definitely the most nervous. But yeah, I was under pressure not to stuff up in front of him. Yeah.
I don't think you did, but no, it was actually quite a good performance, and I think it's floating around on YouTube somewhere as well. And you know, you got the privilege to perform in front of the great man. Well, you're in front of the great man now, I should say too. You know, but and he's looking quite dapper at the moment. But well, we look forward to your involvement. And leading up to the Arnold Classic, of course, we have other events coming up, including the Masters Games in Adelaide, and we have other United ITF events such as our National Championships in Canberra. Now, you were recently appointed as the National Tournament Director. Of course, you've been involved in tournament a long time, but as the Tournament Director, how are you finding that challenge?
Yeah, it's well, it requires, I suppose, extra work outside of teaching and also my professional career. So, but yeah, it's good to give back to the organisation and to assist in that capacity.
Sure. Now, you mentioned your professional organisation, so let us know what you do professionally for a living, because people often think we just do Taekwondo, yeah?
Yeah, I'm an IT consultant. I work for IBM, and my role is a solution designer. I work on large system integration projects. My current client is Energy Australia, and I work on the billing system, which is quite complex. But yeah, I enjoy it.
Working on the billing for Energy Australia will make you not the most popular person in the kind of, well, you're not the one collecting the money, I guess. You're setting up the infrastructure and the software, I guess. So anyway, Justin, great to see you again. Thanks for all your work today. And you know, you play such an invaluable role, which often goes understated or unnoticed. And sometimes going unnoticed means you're doing a great job. Because when you do a lousy job, everyone notices. So well done. Another job well done so far today. I'm pretty sure we're going to go out, you know, with a very smooth day and very well run. And I know from my point of view, a lot of what I do, I couldn't do without your input. So thank you very much and all the best.
Thank you.
Okay, I'm here with Master Rua Kayu, who's actually a local boy now to Caroline Springs. So this tournament is practically in his backyard. How are you finding today's event?
Good, thank you, Master Maleta. It's been ongoing. There's a variety of Taekwondo styles here. I've enjoyed it thoroughly with the participation and umpiring, and it's been good work so far, so good. Everybody's happy, and it's been successful so far, positive.
So obviously your background in Taekwondo is quite extensive. Anybody in ITF is well aware who you are through your competition days and through, your attendance at seminars and your appearance on the Legacy DVD series and so forth. But tell us a little bit, for those who are not as familiar, basically how the journey began for you, where you started, who your early instructors were and so forth.
Okay, there was a close network with my family, which started back in 1976, January the 21st to be exact. And the instructor there was Master Maori Kavatiri, who was in the army, served there from the Cook Islands. He took me on board. I was one of the younger students there at the time. It was all adults. It was closed doors. It was like 6 to 9 p.m., 3 hours, solid military types training, which is the old school Taekwondo that we all know. And in those days, there was no sine wave. It was all sawtooth wave, those sorts of things. Adults and children were treated exactly the same, so the conditioning was very hard. There was tears here and there and a little bit of bloodshed, but at the end of the day, we came out quite promising. And the respect, the respect for the community, as well as ourselves, was a lot more positive then. And because we were training in that old historical type of traditional training. Then my career sort of grew from there. It was just indoors. It was just only to the dojang, home, to the dojang, home. But then as soon as I reached red belt, we started venturing into outside of the dojang, which meant regional tournaments, which also ventured into national tournaments. And then the experience sort of grew from there. And we went international after that. So that was where we started.
Of course, we first met 1992 and been fortunate to develop a friendship, close friendship since then. 1992 we met at the Taekwondo World Camp, and we mentioned your progression to international events. So you've been to a few World Championships. What are some of the World Championships you've been to as a competitor, as a coach, as an umpire?
Firstly, as a competitor and actually successfully making a team, which was in the 7th Taekwondo World Championships in Canada, 1990. For me, that was a big open door, because it opened up a lot of avenues, which was on an international standard. Coming across a lot of, say, 100+ countries and seeing and being exposed to. And making new friends, making new connections, making new networks, the hierarchy, the people on the floor. It was a very good experience, not just for myself, but for the team at the time, representing New Zealand. And then that sort of grew. Then the next one for me was Malaysia in '94. It ventured on from Malaysia onwards to, say, Italy, and then also in Argentina. Which also led to Australia here as well. We had the World Champs, and then it ventured out to Europe, and also North Korea, Pyongyang, Japan. So jet setting. It was a lot of jet setting, a lot of IOC, GC meetings, and a lot of meetings with the hierarchy. From also tournament umpiring meetings, so there was a broad network there, and it sort of extended my knowledge. So it was great. It was a great experience. Yeah.
So I guess you were fortunate, obviously through your ability and travelling so much, to have quite a good relationship with General Choi, the founder, and we've got him up here today on our wall having a look at our tournament. But how would you describe that relationship, that special bond you had with General Choi?
Okay, so I first come across General Choi Hong. He was in New Zealand and that was back in 1992, where I was sitting for my fourth dan black belt. Now, we had a close connection there because we were not only involved in a week-long seminar, but also, going for my fourth degree whilst under his presence, with the assistance of Master Chuck E. Sheriff, Grandmaster Chuck Sheriff, at the same time. So that connection was there, and going out to dinner with him and understanding the disciplines and the protocols that came aboard with that. And the speeches that were made at the time. So for me, it was a great learning curve because I was learning a lot more of Taekwondo. It was not only just what was at the encyclopedia, not was only in the dojang and outside of it, but it was also outside of the dojang. Whether it be a restaurant, whether it be in a hotel, whether it be in and out of transportation. It taught me a lot. And
so more the etiquette side of things, more so, yeah?
Definitely.
So we'll just take a step this way because Arnold's about to put a choker hold on you. Now, of course, you've been to the last couple of Arnold Classic championships, and we're promoting next year's first Arnold Classic World Championships. So how have you found that event as opposed to, your run-of-the-mill Taekwondo championships? Quite a different setting. How's your experience at the Arnold Classic?
Yeah, many different sports codes along the fitness, bodybuilding, combat industry, and it's really big door opener. It's opened my eyes, and it's also helped to expose how they run, how they set, how they organise, and especially for our side, with the success of yourself being in the position where you've conducted and orientated everything. That's been a big exercise, a great experience as well, because that's helped for our code of ITF to get along with other codes, karate, kung fu, WT Taekwondo, and you name it. The list is on and on from A to Z, and it's created more bonds with other sports groups. It's created a good network, and each year it comes past. It just keeps growing and growing, and look, it's been that successful due to the hard work for yourself and the network that you make, that we have. It's very fortunate that we have the World Champs next year. For the Arnold Classics.
I guess the one thing we have in common is we both bleed ITF blood, and sometimes at the Arnold Classic it feels a little bit odd that 90% of the competitors are from WT, which is fantastic. They support it so well. Will be lovely to see more ITF people get on board and get involved, because I think until you go that first time, you don't really know just what a big deal it is. 40 to 60,000 people coming through, and not only promoting Taekwondo, which is our primary objective, but for those of us involved in the ITF side of things, just giving a greater representation. So what do you say to those ITF people that are out there, maybe holding back for whatever reason?
Look, I say don't hold back. Like, we all follow our hearts, we all follow our souls, and we also do have respect for our elders and our instructors and our masters and grandmasters and so forth. We all practice the same art. We all flow with the same sine wave. We all practice the same technique day in, day out, for the love of General Taekwon-Do here, the late founder and father. So look, this door is wide open for all practices of ITF, no matter what organisation you're with. I encourage you to come to this World Championships next year at the Arnold Classics 2020, because you are going to be exposed to one of the biggest, widest known World Championships ever. It's not just saying of all of Australia or in the South Pacific, but in the whole world. So I encourage you, don't hold back. If I were you, I'll be chasing for that. I'll be chasing for that goal, for that dream, and it's only almost less than 1 year away. So come on, guys, with your spirits, with Taekwondo, with ITF, follow that heart. Come on, there's plenty of room for you to come in, expose your talents, your techniques, and obviously your experience as well, on all levels.
And of course, you get to see the Terminator himself, and we're probably a little bit young the only time we can call ourselves young. A little bit young to remember Beatlemania, but Arnold Mania comes a pretty close second. So you've seen Arnold Mania first time. You know, how would you describe that pandemonium to anybody who hasn't been there?
Look, he always says, I'll be back, and he'll definitely be back. And that's just not in the movie career, but this is in the Arnold Classics. And it's every year, it's annual. And look, I mean, let's aim for this goal so that we can make that bond with Arnold, so that he can expose his, his thoughts towards the ITF, the strength of ITF, you know, because if you put us all together, we're bigger than FIFA, soccer, you know, football. We're bigger than that. So if we can show him that that respect, that we are a strength to be reckoned with, we are a force to be reckoned with, all together as one, as a whole, then I'm sure we're going to leave something good in his eyes and in his thoughts, not just next year, but ongoing, so that he'll be looking forward to seeing more Taekwondo ITF events open in the future, in the near future.
Well, you hear so many instructors say, yeah, wouldn't it be good if we could do things together and if people could just go wherever they want? Well, this is the event where everybody can go, regardless of rank, regardless of age, regardless of level of ability, regardless of who you're affiliated with, you know, whether it's IT, WT, or which of those, whether you're independent of those two altogether. This is for everybody, so it's quite unique. You know, so we can't stress enough, like if you really, you know, believe in the words that you're saying, that you know, people should be able to get together, well, this is your chance to get up there and show it, because absolutely 100% no politics is the reason why this event has been so successful. And often the people who are holding back, not supporting and saying they hate the politics, you're actually creating the politics. So, you know, so free your mind, get on board, enjoy the festival. It's not about me, it's about the event. Come and meet the Terminator, come and meet Master Caillou, and enjoy probably, you know, the most exciting weekend of Taekwondo you will experience in this country for a long time. Okay, Master Caillou, thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Master Malila. And it's all about the unity, it's all about unification. Let's do this, let's do this. Taekwondo.
Johannesburg, South Africa with Michael Milletta at the Arnold Sports Festival. We've got a very special announcement to make, and that is we're going to welcome the Taekwondo World Championships to the Arnold in Melbourne in 2020.
Thanks, Tony. Yeah, we're super excited after record numbers in 2019, and we're inviting everybody from any country, any style of Taekwondo, from 6 years of age, 60 years of age. You're all welcome. We'd love to see you in Melbourne next year. It's going to be fantastic. It's going to be huge. See you then.
Yeah, we want to welcome everyone from all over the world. So anyone doing Taekwondo out there, we know you follow us worldwide. So make sure you get there to Melbourne, support Michael, and a great sport, and let's do something special.
Absolutely. Registrations are now open. Follow the link at the bottom of this post. See you then.
Awesome.
Turn your passion into a career with Global Fitness Institute. We deliver nationally recognized courses from certificate to advanced diploma in fitness, massage, nutrition, business and more. We also conduct first aid courses across Australia. With flexible learning modes and payment options, there has never been a better time to follow your dreams. Global Fitness Institute. Don't just get a certificate, build a career.
Looking to increase fitness, improve coordination, learn discipline, develop effective self-defense skills, and boost confidence? Welcome to Thoroughbred Taekwondo, one of Australia's leading Taekwondo schools. Our highly qualified team provides self-defense training in ITF Taekwondo to both children and adults. Start your journey toward physical and mental health with Thoroughbred Taekwondo today. Visit our website and click Start Today to claim your free trial class at any of our locations nationwide.